Pisces, it's Money Monday. Let's take a look at your money story for the week of January 26, 2026. I hope that you're all doing well. We're going to pull some tarot cards to see what your money story is like this week for Money Monday. This will be a general reading for Pisces placements, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's call in spirit. All right, Pisces, I hope you're all doing well. Let's see what your money story looks like this week. Thank you all for the likes, shares, comments, all that good stuff. If you're new here and you like my readings, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want. I've got some backwards cards in here. Let me just fix this real quick. I think it was just one. Okay. But yeah, thank you all for all the comments and everything. I really love looking at all the comments and reading them. Thank you so much for being here. You guys really like these money stories. So let's see what Spirit has to say for this week. If you are called to, please hit the like button if you like the readings. Hit the hype button, HYPE. And if you are called to, hit that thanks button as well. Okay. Angels, guides, ancestors. What is Pisces money story for the week of, got one there. For the week of January 26, 2026, please. What is Pisces money story for the week? King of Pentacles, good one. Ace of Wands. What is Pisces money story this week, please, Spirit? Pisces money story. Okay. Okay. We're going to start with the 4 cards here first. We'll go back and do some clarifiers too. Okay, Pisces. So in the back of the deck, for what you don't see when it comes to your money story this week, we have the 4 of Pentacles. There could be an insecurity when it comes to money right now, Pisces. You may be saving some money or being very conservative when it comes to your money right now with the 4 of Pentacles for what you don't see. You're guarded about spending. You're looking at your long-term security. And I feel like you're really holding on to things right now because, and honestly, I feel like it's not just for Pisces, but I feel like the economy, everyone is being a little leery about spending as the economy is getting rougher and rougher out there for a lot of people as income is not increasing, but the prices of things are increasing. And then, you know, dealing with weather and everything else right now, you know, I was looking at a video. I'm here in Florida, so we don't have those frigid temperatures. Like we are getting cold tonight, but we don't have like you're going through right now where people are taking, you know, food off the shelves in the supermarkets where it's leaving them empty. Now, we do go through that during hurricane season when people just kind of lose their minds when it comes to hurricane season, thinking that they're going to run out of toilet paper, which is the craziest thing. You know, 100 years ago, nobody even used toilet paper. So, you know, why that happens, I don't know why. People panic. I don't understand it. You know, this is the insecurity that you may be feeling at this time, Pisces, as this economy is the way that it is. And it is this way for everyone. So you may be guarded about spending. You're being very conservative with your money. You're trying to save. You may be looking at long-term security as well. And this is in the shadow for what you don't see. We do have the 4 of Swords here in the upright position. I feel like, you know, you're contemplating at this time, Pisces. I feel like with this 4 of Swords, it's kind of like you're thinking about how I can do this. How can I conserve myself from spending, looking at my long-term security, you know, saving money, still spending to keep, you know, food on the table, keeping my mortgage or my rent paid, etc., etc. So you could be doing a lot of thought processing in order to kind of Really protect yourself and your peace when it comes to finances. Feeling that insecurity about the economy, about your money, about where it goes, being conservative in your spending, thinking about the long-term security. You're really taking the time meditating through this, really gathering your thoughts on this in order to self-protect and to hold on to that peace within. Now, we do have the King of Pentacles here too. This is all about prosperity here. So this is a good card for you, Pisces. This is security. This is a secure provider. This is an abundant, reliable person. This is safeguarding your, your heritage, this could be the patriarch within your family as well. But somebody is very protective. And I feel like that's, in essence, what this is about. And this could be the energy for the week. Being very practical when it comes to your spending, being a leader when it comes to your household, thinking and protecting the self here, holding on to that peace, really gathering your thoughts, meditating on what it is that you need to do in order to keep yourself feeling more secure, saving money, being conservative when it comes to spending, and looking at your long-term security. With the Ace of Wands here, I do feel like something new is coming in for you, Pisces. There is a new opportunity. There is potential growth here when it comes to your finances, your money for this week. There is a creative spark that is coming in for you, where it could help ignite a passion in you, which could lead you to a new project, a new opportunity to give you happiness, to help grow that fund for what it is that you want. It feels like you may have tried to do this perhaps in the past where you were trying to, make ends meet, basically, or trying to achieve a goal in private in order to get a reward. But you had to retreat after the failure because there was no reward. There was a lack of achievement. And now it's kind of drained your confidence. So perhaps this is where the feelings are coming in. So I do see a new project coming in for you, a potential for you to be gaining some more income, Pisces. We're going to go back and clarify, but I am feeling the feels with you. Okay, you're being very practical about your money at this time. You're being conservative. You're trying to save. You're looking at your long-term security. You're really thinking about how to self-protect and keep the peace within your environment when it comes to finances. And I feel like you might have gone through trying to figure this out in the past, like maybe taking on another job or another project in order to try to gain money, and there was a failure or there was a lack of reward that came in or a lack of achievement that came in from doing something prior. Let's go back and clarify here, Pisces. Please clarify the Four of Swords for Pisces and their money story for the week of January 26, 2026. Okay, so we do have the Nine of Cups here. So I feel like as you are sitting down and you're really thinking about your finances, you're meditating on it, you're really gathering all the resources and the thoughts in order to keep the security in what feels good or peaceful to you when it comes to your finances. And I feel like for Pisces, I feel like you're not looking to win the lottery. You just want to feel comfortable. You want to have the pleasure. You want to have the satisfaction. There is achievement with the Nine of Cups here. There's contentment. There's satisfaction. And I feel like that's what you're thinking about, Pisces. You're thinking about, how can I get to a place where I'm self-sufficient? I'm feeling the peace that I want when it comes to my finances. I'm not looking at being a millionaire or a billionaire or something like that. I am looking for a place where I feel content. I feel satisfied. I have an emotional abundance, even life abundance, success. I feel achievement. You want to feel all of those things, and it may not be just a monetary feeling here. You want to have a peaceful feeling when it comes to your finances, okay? You want to feel like you've gotten recognition. You want to feel the pleasure of having the achievement. And I feel like that's what's most important for you, Pisces, at this time. Yes, the money is important because you don't want to feel the insecurity like you are in the shadow here, feeling guarded about spending the money, holding back, okay? Looking at your long-term security, like worrying about all that. You don't want to have to worry about it. You just want to feel content. You want to feel like your bills are paid, maybe a little extra to go out to dinner. You want to feel like you've achieved a goal. You want to be recognized for the hard work that you've put in. And I feel like that's where your happiness will come in. And I feel like that's what you're thinking about when it comes to money. Let's clarify the King of Pentacles. Please clarify the King of Pentacles for Pisces, please, and their money story. Okay, so the King of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Wands here. There is fast movement. There's rapid change coming in for you. You could be hearing from somebody about prosperity, about security, about abundance, about a safer kind of place when it comes to your money. There is communication coming in, or a movement, or a rapid change coming in. There's immediate action, and it's going to bring in excitement for you with the Eight of Wands here. This could be somebody coming in that has a very savvy business sense. Somebody that is a secure provider themselves, and they could be contacting you in order to perhaps work for them or give you a new project, something like that. I feel like the fast communication is coming from this patriarchal person. This could be your father. This could be your husband. This could be a boss. This could be somebody that's going to be coming in with fast communication that's going to bring some excitement when it comes to perhaps some type of business, abundance, protection, something that's going to make you very excited, Pisces. There's going to be a change with this, and the communication is coming in very quickly. There's a lot of movement when this comes in. We're going to go back and clarify that a little bit more, but let's look at this new project, inspiration, with the Ace of Wands. It may be related to this situation. Please clarify the Ace of Wands, please, Spirit. For Pisces and their money story. Okay, we've got two cards here. So I've got another fast card coming in here. There's a Knight of Swords here. So there is an ambitious, kind of driven success, perfectionist, intellectual, charging forward, that's bringing in a new project, inspiration, growth, potential energy, creative spark, or something like that that's going to be bringing that excitement or enthusiasm. Please don't mind my cat. He's playing with his stupid toy, and I don't know why, but this is the only cat that wants to cry at his toy. So anyway, don't mind him in the background. I may have to pause because it interrupts my energy here. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, I think I got him to stop. So what I was talking about here is there's fast moving energy coming in. I'm so sorry about my cat. There's fast moving energy coming in that is about a project, an inspiration, growth potential, something that's going to create a spark, something that's going to give you enthusiasm. And I feel like it's tied to this excitement with this fast communication coming in by this practical leader. Okay. Now, you may be taking on something that's very ambitious with this project, or ignited passion or new opportunity that's coming in. This may be very ambitious for you. This may be something that larger than life, something that you may have not done before, but you're excited about it. And you want, there's a perfectionism about it. I'm so sorry. I have to go take it away from him. Sorry about that, Pisces. Okay, I took the toy away. Please let me know in the comments section if you have a cat that cries like that with their toys. This is the only cat I've had a lot of cats throughout my life. This is the only cat that ever does this. So, and he cries really, really loud. It's almost like the neighbors can hear him. And all he's doing is crying at a toy. And he sounds like he is like in pain. Anyway, so it distracts my energy here. So I'm going to get right back into this. So what I'm seeing here, Pisces, is a new project that brings inspiration, a creative spark, new initiative, enthusiasm about bringing in more money for you. But this is a very ambitious task that is coming in. You have to be very focused. You have to use a lot of brain power when it comes to this, okay? This is a very daring situation or opportunity for you to take on, but it could lead to a lot of abundance for you. I feel like there's a practical leader here, somebody that is very business savvy, is going to be calling you about this because they think that you might be the perfect one to actually pull this off, if that makes sense. The thing about it is, though, is we have the Three of Wands here. There may be some setbacks or obstacles during this thing if you decide to take on this endeavor, because it's going to take a lot of ambition for you, Pisces. And there may be some setbacks or obstacles where you may come across unexpected delays when it comes to this new project, opportunity, or whatever. And I feel like it's this King of Pentacles that's going to be asking or calling you or communicating with you in some way where you're going to have to take fast action in order to answer them, whether you want to take this on or not. It's going to be very ambitious for you to do, okay? It's going to take a lot of intellect. It's going to take a lot of focus in order for you to do this. They're going to want it to be perfect. You're going to want it to be perfect. But I do see there may be some unexpected delays or setbacks or obstacles along the way if you decide to take on this project, okay? And I feel like with the Six of Wands here, as I talked about before, you may have gone through something where there is a fear of failure about maybe you had an opportunity like this before, or this could be you here having a fear of failure that things may not work out for you. But let's clarify the Six of Wands. Yeah, so this is in the past, as I was talking about. Six of Cups. I feel like something in the past where you had to kind of give up, okay? There was a lack of achievement that happened. There was a lack of reward that came in. And this is something that happened in the past. And your mind is stuck in the past with the Six of Cups being reversed here. And you have an inability to let go of that failure that happened in the past. So there's fear about you maybe taking on this new project, this new opportunity that this practical leader may be calling you, or there's a fast communication coming in for you, Pisces. I feel like in the shadow, for what you don't see, is you're trying to be really conservative about your money. Things are hard. You're looking at your long-term security, okay? You're trying to find a way to protect yourself and find a way to just find some peace in your life without having to worry about money. I don't think that it is that Pisces wants to be some kind of millionaire, billionaire. That'd be great. But what you really want is peace of mind, that your bills are paid, that you're not struggling, okay? That you're not sitting here saying, which bill am I going to pay this month? You want to be able to save. You want some security. And you're tired of, pinching pennies here. You want some recognition for the hard work that you do. And you want to have some pleasure as well. You want to be able to go out to dinner once in a while. I think that's what Pisces wants more than anything. So I do see some type of practical leader, some business savvy person is going to be reaching out. It could be some man. It feels like a man that could be contacting you, more of a patriarchal kind of person, a protective person. Maybe they're looking out for your best interest. This could be your father. This could be your husband. This could be a brother. This could be somebody that is really interested in you getting what you deserve. And I feel like they're going to be calling you or emailing you or contacting you in some way about a new project. And you're going to have to decide on this very, very quickly. It's a very ambitious project. You have to be very focused. You almost have to be very daring in order to do this. There may be some obstacles or setbacks along the way when you try to do this project or new opportunity. And I feel like you're afraid that you're going to have a failure because you went through something in the past that did not turn out well. And perhaps this thing that they're coming in to ask you if you want to do is similar to what you did in the past where there was no achievement, there was no reward, there was no payout. And I feel like you're stuck in that past mindset from that failure. What is the advice for Pisces for this situation for this week? What is the advice for Pisces in their money story for this week, please, Spirit? Advice. Okay. So I definitely see a recovery from financial loss. There's going to be a hope that's returning. So the advice is to overcome this anxiety, this adversity that you went through in the past. Spirit is saying that that's in the past, that there's new hope that's going to be returning for you. There's a recovery from some type of financial loss that you may have gone through, where there was failure, no reward, lack of achievement that you went through, where you have been stuck in the past or clinging on to this past situation. But Spirit is saying that your advice is that there's hope that is returning. You need to overcome this anxiety that you're having from a situation that happened in the past. One more, please, Spirit. What is the advice? Okay. You need the motivation. Spirit's advice is to have motivation that hope is returning. Okay? You have to remember that nobody's perfect. There is no such thing as perfectionism. There is hope returning, better health, better mindset, less anxiety, okay? And there's motivation and ambition coming in here. So Spirit's advice is to have the motivation and ambition in order to reach recovery from a financial loss that you may have gone through doing something similar in the past. One more, please, Spirit. What is the advice? So Spirit is saying with the Death card being reversed, don't be resistant to change. Don't be resistant to the change that is coming in for you. You have the ability to change. You may not think you do, but you do. You need to find the motivation, the ambition in order to have hope return and know that you need to stop resisting the change that's coming in. You have been stuck. Pisces, Spirit is saying, stop repeating negative patterns and negative mindset. Remember, whatever you think is what you are. By keeping yourself stuck in this failure mentality, what is the universe going to give you? More failure. You have to change your mindset. You have to say, I'm a winner. I'm going to achieve this. I have achieved this. I'm going to be abundant. I am abundant. I am going to feel peace. I do feel peace. You have to change your mentality here, is what the advice is from Spirit here, in order for this to work out for you. One more for Pisces. And what is your advice for Pisces in their financial? One more, please, Spirit. Spirit is saying to me, we've said it. We've said it. They got to get out of their head. One more, please, Spirit, for Pisces. One more. Okay. Yeah, you're self-imprisoned. So as Spirit was talking to me in my right ear, stop playing the victim. The Eight of Swords here. You're self-imposing a prison in the mind about past failures that you might have gone through. Past lack of achievements, lack of reward, low confidence, because you might have gone through something similar in the past. So Spirit is saying, get rid of the negative thoughts. Stop playing the victim here. Stop being resistant to change. Focus on what it is that you want and get the motivation and ambition in order for you to have hope return. Recover from the financial loss that you might have gone through, Pisces. I mean, I've got the Nine of Cups here. There's wish fulfillment coming in for you. You just have to take reign of it. I feel like you've been trapped in this helpless state because that's what you're putting out to the universe. You're saying, I am hopeless. I am never going to achieve anything. I'm always going to be broke. I'm always going to be suffering and holding on to my money without security. That's what you're telling the universe. So the universe is going to say, okay, we're going to just keep giving you that. You have to change your mindset. You have to manifest what it is that you want. You have to change that inner voice. You're staying stuck in the past, being naive to change, and you're lacking the focus and the motivation. So Spirit is saying, get motivated, have the ambition, change your mindset, stop playing the victim. Hope is returning, better health, overcoming anxiety when it comes to money. There's a lot coming in for you, but you have to change your mindset first. There is some type of opportunity coming in. Somebody's going to be calling you, Pisces. Somebody's going to be reaching out and saying, here is an opportunity for you, Pisces. And you're going to have fear because you might have tried to do this before and there was a failure. But with that mindset, saying, oh, I'm probably going to fail again, you will, is what Spirit is saying here, Pisces. You have to change your mindset. So I'm going to pull an Akashic Records Oracle card to finish up your reading, Pisces. I wanted to look at the back of the deck here. Yeah, we have the Two of Wands. So this is your choice. What are you going to manifest here? Are you going to keeping that mindset of playing the victim because you've gone through some hardships in the past when it comes to your finances? Or are you going to change? Are you going to choose a different path this time? Change that energy within and grab hold to the opportunities that are going to be given to you, Pisces. Let's pull an Akashic Records Oracle card in order to finish up your reading here, Pisces. But yes, there is a big opportunity coming in for you, Pisces. But you got to have the right mindset for it. There may be some obstacles along the way, but you have to stay diligent and focused on the right outcome. You can't be focused on giving up, having the fear of failure, because you're going to fail then. There's not going to be rewards. There's not going to be, confidence that you have. You're going to feel like giving up because you did in the past. You have to change your mindset. So the Two of Wands is saying there's a choice here. What mindset are you going to have? Angels, guides, ancestors, and Akashic Records Oracle card for Pisces to finish up this reading, please. So we pulled the card Bravery. And it says you're being asked to make a tough decision. Did I not just say that? Two of Wands, tough decision. That you're being it says you've been asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear. Did I not say that? Which is understandable because you have gone through it before. But you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. So there's going to be an offer or a new opportunity coming in for you, Pisces. It seems like this King of Pentacles back here is going to be calling or communicating with you about some type of new opportunity, new project, new creative spark, something like that when it comes to the Ace of Wands here. This is going to bring a lot of enthusiasm, but you may have been asked to do this in the past and things did not work out well for you. There may have been something that went wrong. So you've got to ask yourself, you have to make a choice. Am I going to be brave and do this again and know that I'm going to accomplish this goal? Or am I going to live in fear and say no because I don't want to have failure again? Because you're stuck in that mindset, stuck in that victim mode. So the choice is yours, Pisces. But that's what I'm seeing for your money story this week. I hope you enjoyed the message. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, hit the hype button, hit the thanks button if you're called to do that. And if you don't know where those buttons are, you just have to scroll over. I would love to hear how this resonates with you. I sure hope you're taking the opportunity, Pisces. I hope that you're changing your mindset when it comes to this opportunity. Stop living in the past and know that you're going to make this happen. You know that you have abundance coming to you. You know that there's a wish fulfillment here. You know that it's going to be bringing peace of mind when it comes to your finances here, Pisces. So I'm going to leave the message there. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love to hear from you. We'll see you next week, next Monday for your Money Monday, your money story next Monday. But I will see you tomorrow for your daily. And I think I'm going to do a live on Friday. I will post about that when I decide, but I'm going to be doing all zodiac signs on Friday. So look forward to that. And I'll be going live. So there'll be some super chats and things like that that can come through. And we'll do some private readings then too, okay? Have a wonderful evening. Stay warm out there, and please be kind and compassionate to one another. Namaste.